Nice job, Trail.
I didn't say anything. That one's on you guys this time.
All right, hit it, Brady.
All right, we're back with the Day 2 Antelope recap. Big Hunt Guys podcast. We moved outside the barn. Should we just jump into why we moved outside?
Yeah.
Okay, we should probably just start off with the negative. Do you want to describe the story, Neville, or should
It was a good learning. It was a positive learning. It might have been a negative experience.
It was really negative
but
experience.
it has opened my eyes to how I'm going to approach the rest of the country.
Well, it's made me deathly afraid of the rest of the week of what I was going to do. Now I think I'm really going to sit my ground blind the entire time. I've killed, like I said last night, all my bucks have been spot and stock. I love spot and stock antelope with the bow, but yeah, that was a little too close of a call. That's my second close call I've
There
had
might
this
be
year.
one
This year.
in your blind.
So what happened?
All right, so we Neville and I left our blinds a little early today. We didn't see a lot all day.
No, we saw some, but they weren't coming in to drink.
Yeah, I had a bunch of does come in. Again, bed like 180, 200 yards away from the blind. Saw one good buck way out there early in the morning. Thought I was going to come in. Of course he didn't. He went the opposite direction. Glassed up a buck behind me. Was going towards Neville. I put a stalk on him. Left my blind. And, of course, he just kept walking away the whole time. I don't really think he saw me. But so Neville and I decided to go run into town to get gas because we are – as you guys, we should talk about that.
We made it.
Neville was
right.
right.
Went on yesterday.
How many miles do you have left?
It was down to 31.
We could have made it,
but it was alerting me the whole time. It was constantly flagging.
Right?
We were good.
Yeah. So we made it to the gas station. So we survived. Went and got gas early. I mean, it was still we got back here at dark, but we didn't stay in the blinds all night. And then we got back here.
Yeah, it was probably like sunset.
Sunset. Yeah, it was still you can still see outside. Got here at sunset, and I'm walking inside the barn. I already walked in there once, came back out. I was asking where my charge cord was.
I was in the truck for like a second.
Did you walk back, Trail?
Yeah.
Yeah, Trail walked back.
A few miles.
Yeah.
No rattlesnakes,
we
though.
can touch on that here in a minute, but
So I'm trying to find a micro USB cord to charge my little charge brick because I drained it today. Couldn't find it. Eventually I realized it was in my kill kit. So I grabbed it on my kill kit. I walked back in the barn. And there's a little outlet right on the outside edge of the barn. And I'm starting to plug in my little plug-in into the outlet, plugged in my micro USB cord. All of a sudden, Neville comes around the corner and just starts dropping some, like, adult language, like, holy F, holy F, holy F.
not Neville. He would never do that.
Never.
Yeah.
And I had no clue what you were yelling about. I literally thought maybe there was, like, some weird cat jumping at us, a coyote,
no.
a wolf, a bear. I don't know.
I step in the barn. First thing I hear is just look down, rattlesnake about 1 foot from Brady's boot. And I said, we got to get out of here.
When Neville says 1 foot, it is literally 1 foot or closer to what my foot was.
Brady's just got his back completely turned to it. Doesn't even know it's there. He's digging around the outlet, charging his phone. I hear the rattlesnake. Look down right next to his foot.
Yeah, so we're running out. I have no clue at this point what we're running from. All I know is we're running and Neville's screaming. We might have sounded like a little bunch of schoolgirls running out of there.
I hate snakes.
Oh, I hate them.
I hate them so much. They're probably like my least favorite.
Yeah.
It's not a small one either.
No, this was a 10-button rattler. What'd you say earlier? How old did you think?
Hey, look, guys, don't quote me on this. I don't want DMs from biologists and all these things. But Dave Brinker looked it up on Wikipedia, okay? And it says they grow 2 rattles a year.
A 5-year-old
So it's a 5-year-old snake.
My God. That's
the
a
size
boom
buck I
crockett.
want to shoot. I want to shoot a 5-year-old antelope.
Yeah, no kidding.
Is that a trophy size?
What?
Is that a trophy snake?
The problem, Brady,
Would it
is
book?
where we are right now, they don't drink. They've actually evolved not to drink water.
Yeah, antelope evolved not to drink. Yes, that's true.
I thought you were talking about snakes involved not to drink water.
Well, there are the devil's
I'm confused
creatures,
about
so-
what animal is.
And
shit.
yeah, so this is also the second snake encounter I've had where I haven't heard it rattle, and almost got bit earlier this year in Montana
Are
at
we
the
going
Western
to
Hunt
get our
Summit.
hearing checked next week?
Yeah, Neville says I need to get my hearing checked. I shoot a
First
lot of
thing out of
guns.
Brady's mouth anytime you talk to him is, what?
Well, I don't do good with like all sorts
What?
of ambient noises around. Like you always have the music on in the truck or music on in the office.
I'm sitting right next to him in the passenger seat. Every time I start talking, first thing out of his mouth, what?
He's focused.
Yeah, I'm focused. I'm dialed. I'm dialed the task at hand, which is hunting.
I was thinking if I wasn't there to walk in this barn and see this rattlesnake,
Yeah, I do want that to be known.
I wonder if you would even. I bet you would have kept walking in and out.
Yeah. No.
Just wouldn't even known it's there.
Sit on the bike, play around.
Yeah, I really owe Neville. Like, what do you want? Like, what can I gift you?
I want some snake boots.
Because like literally Neville did save my life. Like I was literally less than a foot
Yeah,
away
can
from
we
a curled
skin
up
that
rattler.
thing?
I mean, we could. Yeah.
How many snakes makes a boot?
I wish we had service to Google that.
You got me, bud.
So
Gotta
yeah,
be quite a bit.
then what we do, Neville? We found some old fence posts, some old rebar.
And it was hammer time.
It was hammer time, and it was a little hectic for a while because
And it was hard.
Snakes started moving around the barn at high speeds, and we're both like questioning each other. How fast are snakes? Like I know they strike fast, but how fast they slither away?
Plus, I do not like them.
No. And it's climbing all over our gear. It was around the Yeti bag. It was around the bike. And we're trying to figure out how to smash it and how to corral this thing because we didn't want it to get away because we're going to hang out here for another,
So it did try to get away?
try to get
Oh
away.
yeah,
It was fast. The snake could move.
yeah. I didn't
Satan's
like
little
that.
helper.
Those prairie rattlers are pretty aggressive.
Hmm.
Like when I was right out of college, I was doing a bunch of surveys, like in northeastern Wyoming, and they were pretty aggressive. Like definitely different than like a Great Basin. You know, they would kind of rattle and move away, whereas these ones were tended to be a lot more aggressive. It felt like.
Ugh.
So yeah, I don't mess
Sounds like
with.
you guys dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
We dodged a bullet. Neville, I owe you a lot.
I'm worried about sleeping on the ground inside that tent.
Yeah, and then we got the
My snoring will keep them away.
Mine too. Between the two of us, there's no
Oh my
chance.
God.
They won't come near us.
Dude, I'm not kidding you. Your snoring is. It sounds like two people.
This is the first time I've heard this.
Yeah, it literally sounds like two people. So like you were like gargling. It sounded like gargling water in your throat.
Well, it is
So like your mouth was open, and then you snore through your nose. So it'd be like your throat snore,
yeah.
and then it'd be like a second, and then you snore through your nose.
great.
I honestly didn't hear you.
We were all
So,
laughing, all three of us, for a while.
Really?
And then Trail fell asleep. And then Neville and I are both laughing because it's like a competition. Like he would snore, you would snore, and you guys are both getting louder as the night goes on. Neville and I are just like, what the F? We
So
can't go
I
to
have my
sleep.
noise canceling earphones in. I have no idea that you guys are laughing.
I'm going to wear these to bed, I think, tonight.
Oh my god, I'm sleeping on top of this truck, right on the
You should sleep right in there on the dirt
yeah, right by the
where the
The
snake,
snake-
was.
snake
They
pit.
they most likely won't climb up on a cot,
Most likely.
Most likely.
statistically speaking.
Yeah.
Woof.
I have seen one climb like a cinder brick wall.
Shut up.
Like when I was in elementary, I remember there was a bunch of swallow nests up underneath a little shed, and one going right up it to get into those swallow nests. So
But I have his rattler in this chew can as a remembrance
Memento.
of me
Show the
almost
camera,
dying.
Brady.
What?
Show the camera.
Show the camera? I
Let's
don't know
see
if we'll be
it.
able to see it. It's dark out.
You guys are gonna have to catch us on YouTube if you want to see this.
Yeah, so, I mean,
Touch
you
it.
guys can see that in the camera.
Let me see it. Yuck.
Yuck. Yuck.
you
Count
should
'em.
you should get like a hoop earring and put that in your ear.
Yeah, make a necklace out of it.
Like your what's the guy's name from like 1985? Super popular pop singer. What's his name?
George Michael?
George Michael.
Dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dave.
Hey,
Nailed it.
I'm 41 years old.
Yeah,
George
there you
Michael
go.
had a
That was my era.
rattlesnake.
George Michael with the
Hey.
hoop earring and a rattlesnake.
Huh.
I have a little
kinda
George
rattle.
Michael in my iMusic.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go.
Gotta
Totally
have faith.
comfortable with my sexuality. Just so everybody knows.
So, yeah.
How was you guys' day hunting antelope?
Well, yeah, we
Terrible.
not good.
You enjoyed it. You said you enjoyed it.
I took 2 dumps out in the blind. That was not good. The tacos hit me a little too hard, I think, last night. I don't know what those greasy things were. None of the antelope were coming into my blind.
Brady had excitement right when he got in.
Yeah, there was antelope right away.
Nice buck.
Nice buck instantly off the bat.
That's nice, though. That gives you
Yeah.
energy for the morning.
Yep. But,
Yeah.
of course, he was still, 1,000 yards out. But I thought he was coming.
When
Like,
it gets
he's in the
daylight-
valley.
When it gets daylight and you do the 360 glass, like
Yeah.
right when you get in there and you're all excited about the new day and you
Yeah.
don't see anything,
Yeah,
it's a little demoralizing. But if you see a buck, you're like, oh, yeah, he's coming
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, it keeps you in it for sure.
How far was it bedded?
It was 1,100 yards, I think. But it was in my little, like, I have a big valley right there, and it's like a big ridge, so he was in my zone. I'm like, behind him is a road, constant truck traffic. So like he has to come my way. And then the does started breaking off, and the doe started working her way towards me, and she bedded down literally 180 yards out in front of my blind. I'm like, all right, that's a good sign. That doe's bedded there for a long time. That buck's eventually, he was bedded with some other does, but I was like, maybe he wants to check out that doe. But he never did.
He stayed there all day?
I stayed there till about noon-ish, and then he filtered over to another ridge, and I could just barely see him through all the heat mirages. But
Was he with the does?
Yeah, he was bedded near him. He was 50 yards from him.
Have you guys seen a buck yet that you thought looked like ruddy?
No.
I haven't really either.
The one I was watching that I said that was coming towards you today, Brady, he was with those two does, and he was like raking and rubbing the whole entire time he was walking.
I've seen bucks mark, but I haven't really.
Yeah.
I guess maybe the one you and I saw last night right before dark looked a little bit.
Do they scrape
ruddy.
even? Because I saw one scrape tonight. I don't know if they always do that or what.
Yeah, I don't know what they do either. I don't know if they do that just during the rut or.
Yeah.
You know, they've got those glands on the side of their cheek where that black cheek patch is, and they'll take those and they get real oily during the rut. Real lot of scent, and they'll brush those on, vegetation.
What do you think about the antelope scent?
I don't mind it actually.
I've always thought if I could bottle it up, make a cologne, I'd make a lot of money.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I love the smell.
I don't.
I do.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I like it. It smells
Dirty
like an
goat.
antelope.
Little dirty goat smell.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't love it, but
it
I
works
don't mind it.
60% of the time, 100%.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine that'd be
That
very
smells
popular.
like
cologne.
gasoline.
So you didn't see much then after that, huh?
No, it was pretty slow.
I saw 2 bucks, 3 does.
Gotcha.
None of them would come into water. They would look at my ginormous blind. But that was also the first day I set it there, so they're probably kind of getting used to it. Either that or they're finding water somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird deal with blinds. I've killed antelope off of water that I put the blind up the night before, and had no issues and had them walk right in. And I don't know if that was on a year that was just so dry that was the option
They
they
have
had.
no choice.
Yeah, but I've done that multiple times and haven't really had any, I haven't had them deflect or anything like that. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah.
What was your day like, Trail?
It was pretty slow for the most part, I'd say. I had, maybe within the first hour, I had a little button buck come in. He hung up about 80 yards. He never looked like he was like thirsty, like he was coming to water, He just kind of walked a half moon around me and then ended up bedding behind the blind, maybe 250 yards. And then probably an hour and a half later, there were 2 other just, yearling bucks that came in to the east and kind of joined up with them. And they got up and kind of fed back and forth there behind my blind, but never really looked like they were, going to come in. They were always within 250 yards, though.
All day?
Probably until, like 1 o'clock, I'd say. And then they kind of peeled off the edge of the ridge there, and I didn't see him again. But, I don't know. I thought for sure, like, any moment they were going to come in and, put me in a conundrum on whether to shoot one or not. Because it's like, this is literally a yearling. I was texting my brother, and I was like, yeah, this is, what is he, probably 14 months old, I guess, at this point. He's just a button buck. But other than that, it was pretty slow. I mean, it was almost cold in the blind this morning. A little windy, a little breezy. I don't know.
It was a little chilly.
Yeah, a little chilly. Afternoon.
It felt like a fall morning.
Yeah, afternoon. I wouldn't say it probably got over 80. I wouldn't think.
No, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, and I don't think the sun actually hit me until 11 o'clock. Like it was pretty well overcast for a long time. So.
And this was the first day you sat there, right?
Yeah, it's the first time I set that blind. Yeah.
'Cause I didn't mention earlier, but I sat the same exact blind I sat yesterday.
Gotcha. Yeah, I set this new one. I put it up on Sunday. I'd seen a pretty good buck with maybe 25 or 30 does the morning before. So I thought, man, this might be it. And I still think there's probably antelope cruising through that country. And I think at any given time you could have one just walk in,
Yeah.
If you're there, you're there. If you're not, you won't know any different. But yeah, it was kind of slow. Got back to the bike, and bike had a flat tire, so that sucked. Back tire was completely flat and kind of pulled off the rim even a little bit, so I don't know what that was about. I don't know if some other hunters decided to mess with me or what, but I had to walk back to camp tonight.
How far?
Did you cut cross country?
Yeah, cross
Just
country.
up this way?
Yeah,
Were you looking for rattlers?
I wasn't looking for rattlers at
See?
all. Wasn't even on my radar.
Now
an
you will
eye out.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you see any in this valley when you walked through?
I didn't see any in this valley, but then I came kind of through these foothills back to the east. So didn't really spend much time looking. It was also pretty dark by the time I hit the pad down here. But yeah, it was a long walk. I don't know, maybe 2.5, 3 miles. I don't know.
Good little workout.
Yeah, it was good.
There you
Good
go.
little workout.
After sitting all day,
After
stretch
sitting
the
all
legs.
day, it wasn't
there
too
you go.
bad. Yeah, to be honest, it was kind of nice to stretch the legs.
And you forgot your rangefinder.
Yeah, I left it in my blind. So
That's a sign, man.
you think it is that I need to be back
I
there
mean, you
tomorrow?
have to go there. So
Is that the antelope gods calling you in?
Yeah, that might be.
Huh.
Yeah, it might be. And Dave, I think, had the most eventful day of everybody.
Dave did it all today. I love it. I
Yeah.
loved it. Dave's days.
Dave's reports are the best.
Yeah.
well, it's because I stay mobile.
Mobile.
You guys are a lot more
Hostile.
patient than me.
Agile.
I made it an hour in my blind this morning, folks. And there was no tracks. There was no antelope. I could see a mile in almost every direction. There's no antelope. So I thought, well, it feels like it's dewy. It's like nice and quiet. There's a nice breeze. Do you guys feel that?
Yep.
I thought I could stalk one right now. So I went into my truck. Actually, I don't have a truck. I have a rental car. It's like a little Jeep. But
Bright blue.
bright blue.
You can always see Dave. If you hit a high point across the country and look out across,
There's Dave.
there he is.
Yeah, you can see the blue Jeep.
You can see the blue Jeep.
So I was able to find some bucks pretty quickly. The sun was just I don't know, just the lighting was really nice this morning for spotting. But unfortunately, most of them were completely unstockable. So I left them alone for the most part. And then at some point today, here in our camp basin, there was 2 bucks bedded in a little draw that, according to my map, I mean, it's always hard, right, when you're looking from, it was 800 yards away. There was a property line, and I can't go on the opposite property, and they were bedded right on the line. And I sat there for like a half hour trying to analyze it, and I came to the conclusion they were on the property that I can hunt. I made like a mile loop around them, and I came over. It was perfect. The wind was perfect, and I came over, and they were bedded 150 yards right below me, looking the other way. Had no clue I was there. And I pull out my map, and they were like, I don't know, 100 feet
On the other side.
on the other side.
Damn it.
Yeah.
So I literally just backed off and left them.
There's a cool feature that I should definitely walk you through on the GOHUNT map so you can analyze that real easy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I used all my resources.
It's a little rangefinder tool.
Yeah, I used it.
Oh, you used it? Okay,
Uh-huh.
good.
I was looking at the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sometimes hard to get that exact bearing right. And out here, there's no really terrain features on a satellite imagery to pinpoint
And even
exactly.
the topo, you can't.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, it's so hard with the topo,
flat
yeah.
here. Like, no, I sat there for a long time using that, and I got it wrong by what's 100 feet.
Yeah.
It's
30
not
yards.
very much, but it took me like an hour to
Yep.
get over there, and it was frustrating because, when you're stalking antelope, I'd say like 9 times out of 10 you're gonna bump them or something, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I came over this ridge, and everything was perfect. I know that I could have gotten bow range. They had no clue, and the wind was howling, but I just had to walk away.
Oh, man.
It was frustrating because there's no fences or anything. It's just you just got to know where you are.
Yeah.
And I literally left them. I went back and I made a few other stalks during the day. The last stalk, the middle 2 sucked. It was like 236 yards and like something else. But the last one, I spotted some young bucks. You guys had seen them a couple days ago. There's like 6 of them. There's one decent one in there. The rest of them are not big, but I only have one more day. So I'm like, if I see those, I've seen them like 5 times. If I see them in a good spot, I'm going to go. Well, I spotted them midday today, and 5 of them were laying about 100 yards off a rim, and one of them was laying quite a bit closer to the rim. And
Oh,
I knew I
nice.
could get to that rim pretty easy.
It's kind of like stalking a mule deer.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I had a lot of fun on this one. Even though it wasn't a giant buck, it made me feel like I was mule deer hunting. And I drove around a long ways, hiked in a quarter mile or whatever, and I came over the rim, and there he was, below me in bow range. And I backed off, turned my dial, put an arrow on, and I peeked over to draw, and He had stood up. My wind was bouncing off the like it was going everywhere. And he had stood up and walked 20 yards further, which was out of my range. And I let him walk off, backed out of there, and then tonight I decided to take a nap in my blind, and I got in there at like 3:30 this afternoon, and I was gonna sit there until dark. But you guys know me by now. That
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
That ain't gonna happen. About 5:30, I'm like, I talk myself into it. I'm like, I could be doing so much better. I could find a buck right now to stalk. And I get out and I walk around, and sure enough, there's a buck behind me, like 120 yards. And he kind of trots off. He didn't see me, but I think he smelled me. And he kind of trots off and just kept feeding. Anyways, that was my day. Exciting.
You fell over a fence, though.
Oh, yeah, I fell over a fence. I forgot to tell you that.
You have your tetanus shot up to date?
No, dude, I can feel like my butt. I got a hole in my butt. I got a hole in my butt. So I was climbing a barbed wire fence this morning, and I do it. If I'm in a hurry, I'll like just push it down as far as I can, put my leg up on it, But something got caught today, and I had to brace myself. And so for my left hand, I go to brace my left hand. It gets caught in the barbed wire. My right hand, look at that. My right hand gets caught in the barbed wire. Then my sweatshirt gets caught in it, and I literally had to throw my bow on the ground. Meanwhile, a truck drives by.
Oh gosh!
He's probably thinking, "Who is this idiot?"
Look at this
driving
guy.
a blue Jeep,
falling over the fence,
stuck in a fence.
He must be. Yeah. So yeah, but it's weird. I think that downpour the day before we got here just really set these. Everywhere you drive or glass, you can see a puddle, and there's so much water. I obviously they have to drink water, but I just think there's so many options. There's no reason for them to come by a big dark ground blind unless they have to. You know what I mean? So it just makes it
that much harder.
Yeah. It's drying up. Like I could tell my pond is getting a little bit lower from all that rain, but like you said, every telephone pole, every little pad out there has water, standing water on it. Even around Neville's blind, you said there's a lot of little drainages that extra water sitting there still. Yeah. Yeah, water's not doing us any favors right now.
And it's just generally cooler weather. I mean, it's overcast most of the day.
Yeah.
Temperatures
today was a lot cooler than yesterday.
A lot cooler. Yeah, I just think cooler weather. They're just not feeling the urge.
Yeah.
We need hot.
Yeah, you want it hot. Yeah, archery antelope hunting out of a blind. You want it as hot as can be, hot and dry.
Limited water.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
We just got rattlesnakes.
Yeah, just rattlesnakes.
And it was a big one. Congrats, Brady. Congrats on the rattlesnake today.
It was a trophy.
Go pick it up and
a booner.
Show the camera.
I haven't touched it yet.
Go touch it.
Like snakes just kind of gross me out a little bit.
We could have thrown it on the grill, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Could have cooked it up.
I'm honestly good without doing that.
Could have had a little rattlesnake on your burger for extra flavor.
Tomorrow we're shooting 4.
Shooting 4 tomorrow?
Bing, bing, bing.
Okay.
Tomorrow when we do this podcast, there's going to be an antelope hanging right there.
Yep.
That's right.
We already drew first blood. We got that out of the way.
Yep.
So
second blood.
Felt good.
I was
Dave,
you were first blood, yes.
Dude, I had my first aid kit on my hood as the trucks were going by, like fixing myself up. They must have really thought highly of me.
I really hope they caught that on video, and you'll eventually see it somewhere on the internet.
There's Dave by this blue Jeep.
There was a point I thought I'd need stitches on that one.
Oh, man.
It's pretty good now.
It'd be good.
Hopefully I don't have tetanus. If I do, you guys just put me down?
Yeah, we will.
What are symptoms? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Frothy at the mouth.
So kind of like snoring. Yeah, symptoms will just knock you out tonight.
Yep, that's it.
I even told Neville earlier I might sleep in the truck, or try to get to bed before
I
you
think
guys.
you two need to sleep in the snake pit.
It ain't that bad, Dave.
I'm not worried about
it. You're a known snorer, right?
No.
Come on. You don't snore like
just
that. You don't snore like that like you've never snored in your day in your life.
No, really.
Like that's a snore you've been doing since you were
No, it is not.
15 years old.
This is a new snore.
He's tired.
That's incredible.
It's exhausting to get down your blind early, you know?
Yeah. It is indeed.
I will say, you guys You three gentlemen are some of the most patient antelope hunters I've ever met.
We have a mission, and we're
dark
sticking
to dark. We're shooting one out of a blind. By God.
Yep.
Very patient.
I have no preference how I shoot one because I have to leave. Tomorrow's my last day.
Yeah, tomorrow's your last day.
So, a 3-day antelope hunt with water everywhere is like stacking the odds against you.
Yeah, that is a tricky one.
So you can do the same thing tomorrow?
I don't know, dude.
Maybe start in the blind and.
I really don't know. I'm gonna have to go off gut feel in the morning.
Yeah.
I like that.
I did.
Sleep on it, pray on it.
I was telling you guys this earlier. I actually love stalking them,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's really, really hard. It's just it's such an awesome challenge. And when it does work out, you're like, oh yeah,
I
I
did
tricked
something.
that sucker.
Do you want to borrow the moo cow, old Bessie?
Yeah, that worked well yesterday.
Yeah, worked great.
Throw it up and they ran.
I had an antelope decoy today. I didn't use it. I should. I think tomorrow I will. I don't know. I actually think in the morning I'll do a couple hours in that blind where that buck was coming tonight.
Maybe we should switch it up and throw the cow decoy at the water, so it's like, ooh, this cow is drinking. Maybe these antelope will want to come
I
and
don't think
drink.
it's gonna work very well.
I think that'd scare the hell out of
Yeah.
them.
Next time I'm bringing like 10 antelope decoys, like a whole herd. Just
Like a
drinking.
waterfowl
What happens
hunt.
when they get up there and they realize they're all
Oh shit!
Set
And
it
it's
up like
too
a
late,
throwing
hopefully.
Two-dimensional. They just keep walking around the one going, hey, what is this? Yeah, tomorrow, huh?
Yep, let's give them hell.
it's the day.
I'm going to bed.
I'm going to bed. But before we
I
get
gotta
to
go to
bed,
bed before these two go to bed, or else I'm not gonna be able to go to bed.
yeah.
No, wait till I get in there.
It won't
Who's
matter.
gonna go in there first and check for snakes? I'm a
Brady.
little bit nervous about that.
Brady's the snake killer.
It has a floor, but it's technically
Technically not floorless, or technically it's floorless in a way, because there's vents, so the snakes can crawl underneath there, come into the tent. We're checking everything tonight.
Woof.
go in there first, Dave. You snore the loudest.
I don't know where this came from. I really don't.
Should I record audio tonight?
You could.
It was pretty incredible.
Like,
Yeah.
no joke.
You sounded like two people. I'm not even kidding you when I say that. It sounded like two human beings in one
I'm not
snore.
worried about this,
Is
guys.
it,
I haven't done this my whole life.
is it inhale snore and an exhale snore, and literally
Between this and the tetanus I probably have, it's gonna
I
be.
think you're just tired, man. Hit
yeah.
you.
See, us fellow snorers support each other.
Yep,
the two old guys talking.
that's it.
Too
It happens. Time to time you get real tired. Just snore a little. No biggie.
Yeah. Who cares?
You'll
man?
get
It's
there.
just-
Both you young bucks.
bucks.
You'll figure it out.
Hmm.
Snoring, it's good for you.
All right, I'm hitting the hay.
All right.
You got any promos for us? Brady, send the promos.
All right, cue the promo.
Neville just checks out.
He's so
All
tired.
right, I'm just.
Do what Ben Shapiro does.
All right, guys. So, yeah. Like we always say, we have a special promo code for you guys. We want you guys to have the best research, best maps. So if you're thinking about signing up for Insider, there's still a lot of opportunities out there in the West, and we always do a bunch of leftover articles, turn back tag articles. They're Insider only. You can do a bunch of research right now, too. Pick up some tags, figure out where you want to go in Colorado, Montana. You know, you have a unit or a statewide tag. You want to narrow it down, use Insider. So if you sign up with promo code podcast, you're going to get 50 points at the Go Hunt Gear Shop. That is $50 back. 1 point is $1. So good kickback on that. If you just want maps, if you're going out hunting and need some maps for this fall, want to check out our Explorer membership. Maps only membership also gets you some gear rewards. It gets you point tracker, a lot of cool benefits as well, but it's mainly maps focused. Promo code podcast will get you 20 points at the Go Hunt Gear Shop. So don't go hunting without maps. You realize how powerful maps are when you come antelope hunting. They're everything.
That's right, Brady.
Especially elk hunting's coming up. A lot of good seasons. So you want to have maps in the field. Start diving in. Start e-scouting. Start figuring it all out. Transfer your mobile device. Get on the field. Have success.
That might have been your
Gonna
best
get you there.
promo take I've ever heard.
That was a good one.
That was incredible. I might sign up.
Podcast.
All right. Thanks, guys, for joining us.